Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ridwanullah family. Welcome back to another episode of Ridwanullah TV show. I'm your host and maximizer, Hussein Mohamud, working to help you completely maximize the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as every single area of your life in this dunya and in the akhirah by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I got my homeboy Darack Nanto, an Olympic trainee.
I'm training right now.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. So as brother Hussein said, my name is Darack Nanto, and I am from Togo.
Mashallah.
But I live in Tennessee.
From Togo to Tennessee.
From Togo to Tennessee. So I go to school in Tennessee.
Mashallah. So alhamdulillah, as you guys can see, this will be the interview, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. We're going to primarily be talking about training for the Winter Olympics. We're going to be talking about higher education, as you are focused on. We're going to be talking about health and fitness, which is one of your main passions, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So what brought you from Togo to Tennessee?
School. I just graduated from high school, and I was looking for a school to go, for English, or for a university to go. And then alhamdulillah, after I had a friend that was already in Tennessee, and he told me that there was a good school there.
Yeah.
So I just applied and then got accepted and came, and because it was something affordable for my parents as well. So
Mashallah.
that's what made me end up in Tennessee, precisely at East Tennessee State University, ETSU.
Mashallah. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So now we are he's in Salt Lake City, Utah now.
Yes, sir.
What brought you to Salt Lake?
Brought me here is the Olympic Park in Park City, which has so I'm training for the sport called skeleton. So
I had no idea when you mentioned that to me.
Exactly. So we'll put that on the skeleton. The skeleton is one of the three disciplines that they do one of the three sliding disciplines that they do, in the Winter Games. So which is there's bobsled, there's a skeleton, and then there's luge. So what's precisely for skeleton is we go on a sled head first in a little serpentine track. And it's the same track that the bobsled people use. So and then we reach about 90 miles per hour, sometimes more, depending on the track.
Yeah.
So they aim the person that goes down faster, the person that wins, basically.
Subhanallah.
So that's what brought me here, and then I came for training for about 1 week, and then I'm gonna go back to school.
Yeah. So I was just here for about a week and just thought we'd connect, and that's why Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Appreciate you accepting the interview request.
Thank you. Thank you for wanting to interview me. I was like, oh, I guess maybe I have something cool. I guess.
There's a lot to look forward to. I don't want to spoil it for people, but hopefully throughout the interview we can highlight some of the accomplishments that you've had that mashallah is admirable. Mashallah. Inshallah. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the Winter Olympics. Why Winter Olympics out of everything?
Hey, I'm from Togo, which is a country in West Africa, right?
Small country, I saw.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very small country in West Africa.
Yeah.
It's written to go, so Togo.
Yeah.
Right next to Ghana, and that's where I'm originally from. And all my life I've dreamed to be an athlete, but in the continent of Africa, if you want to be an athlete, they'll be like, hey, you're trying to waste your life. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I had to
go
focus
get a job or something.
Exactly, go get a job, go become an engineer, or a doctor, or a lawyer, all do those hard stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of that dream was in me, but I have to kind of tone it down.
Yeah.
I was very athletic in high school, playing soccer, running, and playing basketball, volleyball, whatever I'll play. So, but I could not really pursue that path, because first of all, on our continent we don't have the the structure to really make to go to school and train.
Right.
So it was really not an option. So I let it go, and I started just living life. Came here, did my bachelor in engineering manufacturing engineering technology, graduated, and I just started training as a human being. I just hey, I want to be strong, just want to be healthy and fit.
Yeah.
So that's what brought me to become a weightlifter. So whenever I became a weightlifter, I wanted to work to become a weightlifter. My country did not have any federation, So it was like making everything hard for me to
Yeah.
really become a weightlifter for my country. So, and in all my life, I've always been dreaming to do like I always like set really big goals.
Right. That's what I've noticed.
Exactly. I always set very big goals that you sit there and you're like, I thought that myself, I set the goal and I sit there and I'm like, how am I going to even make it happen? I'm like, inshallah, Allah will put resources for me to make it happen. So I will really never give up.
Yeah.
So after the weightlifting thing, did not like work, I was like, man, I want to do something bigger than me, bigger, like very big, and
something very significant,
very impactful. So
Yeah.
not something. I know what I mean. I respect other like other sport. I'm like, I don't want to become another track athlete, which is all African.
The Kenyans mainly.
Exactly. I don't want to become another soccer
Yeah.
athlete, which is mainly in Africa. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something very significant.
Right.
So I just Google, start like looking at like different sport, like winter sport. I just woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna do something in winter. We don't have any snow, so that would be even like something way like bigger than me.
Yeah.
So that's when I fell on skeleton. Myself thought I was like, what's skeleton? So the name really caught my name because I'm like skeleton. We think about like the
Just
body
the
bones.
skeleton.
And skeleton. I was like, what sport is that? Like never seen it.
They're gonna rip you into pieces.
I was like, I was like, oh, this looks good because sometimes I can be very crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, this looks good.
Yeah.
Let me research. So I started watching videos and everything. I was like, this is what I want to do.
It intrigued you.
Exactly. In the treatment, I'm like, this is what I do, and then as soon as I said this is what I do, I just locked in on it. That was it. I started like looking for it. I read like that night. I read the whole Wikipedia page. I went on my website. I read whatever I could get that night. So I really slept late that night. But I was like so excited. I went to bed.
How long was this?
This was 1 year ago.
About a year ago from now.
About a year ago from now.
Okay.
So I was like, hey man, I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
And so I started making my research and everything, and I started putting the work. I started reaching out to people that could help me.
Yeah.
Making the federation happen and everything. So alhamdulillah, I'm on a good path right now, and then I'm close to really. I mean, still on I'm still working on the federation and everything.
Yeah.
But inshallah, once the federation is good, I'll be officially the first skeleton athlete from Togo. So inshallah, and then the aim is to be at the next Winter Olympics.
Where is that held again? I know you mentioned it.
Beijing 2022.
Beijing is official. No
It's official.
lottery.
They already got selected. They're already building the place and everything. So to be in Beijing 2022.
Mashallah.
Inshallah.
That's amazing, man. And I didn't realize like there was that short of a time from a year ago to your actual official first training. Now for the Winter Olympics, that's a huge milestone. I hope you can.
Oh yeah, I've been once I did it, I have a sense, became like a sense of urgency for me because I was like, all right, the next Olympics is in 4 years because 2018 we just had the first winter. We had a Winter Olympic game in 2018.
Yeah.
So and then the Winter Games are each 4 years. Each Winter Games each 4 years.
Okay. Is that the other Olympics? All Olympics is 4 years.
Yeah, it's 4 years.
Okay, gotcha.
So the next one is 2020.
Right. In Qatar.
In Tokyo, you're talking about the soccer
World Cup.
You're talking about the soccer World Cup.
Okay.
No, you're talking
Winter. Two separate things.
Yeah, it's two different. So each 4 years. So I was like, and then most of the athletes, when I started making my research, most of the athletes are 8 years of experience, 5 years of experience, 6 years of experience. Those that really make it to the podium. So I was like, I don't have time to spare.
Right.
So I had to
hit the ground running.
Hey, I was like, let me get it done. I started reaching out, I started training, I started doing whatever I could do on my own.
Let's go.
Sorry, so let's go because I'm like, once you have a goal, never wait for it. Because that's when shaitan, that's when the devil come and put some what's in your ear and
what gives you that sense of urgency? That's one thing I really noticed about you is you don't rush into things. So that's two different things. The person who says, I need things now, right? And just goes head first hitting everything. But you have almost the perfect balance of sense of urgency.
Correct.
Why? I want to understand how would you coach me? Tell me a little bit more about that. Where did you get that from?
I believe maybe I got it from, I don't know, maybe from me growing up.
Yeah.
We I don't know, maybe sometime my mom will wake us up and then we have to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's we need to do it well as well. So it's not like we are rushing to just get it done. And
so this is from childhood.
I might say it might be from childhood, but at the same time, I don't think so. I think I developed it as being here.
Okay.
Me being here by myself, with no family, just being by myself, going to school, have helped me, I think, develop that. So which is like, I want to get stuff done, but at the same time, I don't rush to get them done. But at the same time, I want to.
It's a weird, perfect balance.
It's a weird balance myself. Like people how do you make it happen? Myself, like I don't know. I was like, I just try to not rush. I try to remind myself. I always try to keep tab on my own self. Am I rushing this too fast?
Right.
Or am I slowing down? Am I being too relaxed, reluctant for things to happen?
It's always like a battle.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to be active but at the same time passive.
Right. It reminds me, the way I like to think about this is like you watch American football?
Yeah, I watch it, but rarely. But I do watch it.
Yeah, but the idea is like the running back.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the running backs, when they get the ball, they plow into the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that moment of hesitation and waiting for something to develop, and then once you have a gap and going through.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's exactly what you're doing that I don't see a lot of people are doing. It's like you're balancing things.
Yeah, I always try. I try because myself, I like sometimes like I don't even know how to do it, but I just always manage to do something fast, but I think I'm not rushing.
You work well under pressure.
Very well under pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the best, but I've learned to cope with pressure. When the pressure is there, I'm just gonna be fine. I'm just gonna be here.
Subhanallah, because I think we have that same connection as well. Where, let's say, if your capacity was like 30 things, if you only had 10 things, you would not do as well as if you had 30 things going on.
Correct. I work well under pressure. That's very true.
MashaAllah. So going back, what was your childhood like?
Normal childhood. I was not a rich kid. I won't say I was a poor kid as well.
Yeah.
I was going just middle class,
Yeah.
Parents afford whatever they could for us. Not everything, obviously. Sometimes, in Africa, they won't give anything. But alhamdulillah, great parents. I had brothers and sisters, so my childhood was normal. Going to school, obviously, school is always important, and just happy childhood.
No tragedies,
no tragedy. I don't know. I was just there being obviously I was stubborn.
Yeah. You have to have a little bit of stubbornness to make it this far.
Being punished a lot and all these things, but just normal childhood. I don't think it was something very that separated me. I was just normal there, going to school, following rules and playing. Yeah, pretty much playing sports whenever I could. That's pretty much it. So nothing really different from others. So
that's pretty good, because sometimes you think somebody had a child. Like if somebody looks at me, they might think I have a tough childhood, or vice versa. Where that's actually good, because most people, the stigma is most people from Africa always have a rough life and a tough life, and I believe, growing up, I would not say every time was rainbow, pretty. And exactly. It's life, right?
It's life. So this is why I don't see that we had our ups, we had our downs. So it goes up, it has to go down. Yeah. So there was those times in me growing up, and even now there's still those times. So I just go with it, basically. So but in general, I think it was pretty good childhood.
Alhamdulillah. That's amazing. And so you're Togo.
Yeah,
that's where you're from.
Yeah, Togo. Yes, sir.
And you're Muslim.
Alhamdulillah, Muslim.
Family is Muslim as well.
Family Muslim. Mom and dad Muslim. Brothers and sisters Muslim.
MashaAllah. So is Togo, is that primarily a Muslim country or non-Muslim country? What can you tell me about that?
So they believe, actually, Muslim are minority in Togo, but mainly it's traditional belief. Yeah. Meaning that idolatry and animism and everything. So that's what mainly is higher in my country. Then you have Christianity. Second. Then you have Muslim as third religion. Okay. So we are minority compared to the other stuff.
What is it like to be a minority in Togo?
It's hard to say because it has been growing. Alhamdulillah. The last time I went back, it was great. There was mosque around and everything. So yeah. Being a minority, the part that is really hard is the laws are not voted, to facilitate things for Muslim, as obviously. So, which is the same thing as this country. The laws are not made for us. Yeah. So basically, but it's not as, I will not say that, it's not as bad as here, let me be honest.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as here. Alhamdulillah, it's tough, but, in Africa, we are much more, we like, live and let live. We use that a lot, so.
And one thing I noticed is I was actually involved with the West African community earlier this year, like a couple of months ago. And I'm from East Africa, Somalia, and I've noticed the way that West Africans bond is completely different than how East Africans treat each other. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah. I think
what brings that about?
I don't know if it's like I don't know if maybe my observation is right, but I believe East Africa they were much more down with people of that same country.
Right.
But I feel like West Africa is like, oh, you're from West Africa, hey.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed. I had no clue of that.
Hey, let's go. It's like, so I'll see people, you from Ghana? Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it's all like one big family. But in East Africa, it's like, oh, you're Ethiopian.
No, I'm Somalian.
I'm Somalian.
No.
You're Kenyan.
Yeah, Kenyan.
It's like everybody has like boundaries, you know. But in West, it's like completely different. When I was in the part of that community, I thought everybody was from, let's say, Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
I'm like, but, and then I asked this person, like, oh, I'm from this place, I'm from Mali, I'm like, it just, I really admire that.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed about the west part of Africa is like they are very welcoming people. Very welcoming, very welcoming.
Mashallah.
So like, and then being far from your continent, far from your country. Whenever you see somebody just like, and then like a lot of those countries around, probably is the same thing with East. There's a lot of culture in terms of food, in terms of language that have been shared around that like around the western part of Africa. So so sometimes I don't know, it's just like naturally you see somebody, hey, you're from Togo, they get from Ghana, hey man, this is like
almost like chest bump.
Exactly. I was like, hey, one day I was in the bus and I met like randomly I sat next to a girl that was like from Ivory Coast. Hey, we became best friends, and we up to now we still talk. It's like, hey, you from Ivory Coast? I'm from That was it. That was that. Yeah.
It's just a unique experience.
Yeah.
With that, subhanallah. So let's knock down two birds with one stone. The countries that you've been through, and the educational path that you took to get up to your bachelor's, and now you're working on your master's. Just kind of tell me about like how many countries you've been through. Probably even cities or however you want to go down, and then just deep, and then like the educational structures that you've been through. Like, what has that been like for you?
So born in Cameroon, Togolese, but born in Cameroon.
Originally from Togo, born in Cameroon.
And live in Cameroon, live in Togo, live in Ivory Coast.
I have a couple of very good Ivory Coast friends.
Good.
They're really
live
good
in
friends.
Ghana. Came in USA. If I want to start naming the city, that's a lot. So came in USA for.
How many countries is that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Four
countries.
I went to Canada too. I mean, visited it, but never really
5.
schooled there.
That counts.
So basically, through those I did my high school mainly in Ivory Coast.
Okay.
That's where I finished my high school.
Yeah.
So, but during all those countries, I used to I schooled there, kindergarten and all those things, I did, which I don't even recall much. But from high school, I recall more.
Yeah.
Middle school, high school, I recall more. So, finished high school in Ivory Coast. Then I had to I was looking for I went to English school in Ivory Coast. So that's where the need of me going to a English university came. So that's why USC was a good option for me. So that's why I'm here.
Alhamdulillah. And what is the significance of education with your parents and family? Is it pretty significant? Not that big of a deal? Somewhere in between?
I mean, somewhere in between. My dad is always most important is to succeed. I mean, everybody has the definition of success.
Right.
But it's his philosophy is school you are doing for you. He put that in us at a very young age. So we were going to school on our own, not
because you were going to get work, you might as
you were going to school on our own. I love going to school because probably I like playing at school. I love going to school.
And the free food.
I know. I was like my friend. Let's go fool around. But I love going to school. So you put in our head that, hey, going to school is for you. All those good grades, well, if you're getting good grades, that's good. Mean that we don't waste our money.
Right.
But it's on you. It's for you. We already, in our professional setting, and already trying to make it happen for you.
Yeah.
So you put that in our head that this is for you. You're doing it for you. I'm not doing it for me.
Right.
You think that you might skip school and go hide and do whatever. It's gonna bite you back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I would say
that's actually a great perspective.
That's the perspective I've got.
I don't know if that's the one that I've experienced, but it's not close to that.
That's the perspective, yeah. But alhamdulillah, that's the perspective our dad put in our head.
Sure.
So we never seen school as I'm gonna go to school again.
Drag myself.
Exactly.
And come
we're going to school because we loved it. When we knew that.
Right.
My dad would tell you, it's important, but it was not like the most important thing. Like my dad would always tell you, it's how you're able to sell yourself,
right?
Especially in the employment market. That's how you're able to sell yourself.
Right.
So it's that diploma kind of give you something to fall on, and then something to really say, hey, I've studied this, maybe I can do this. So basically, that's what it gives you a resume, but it won't do that. It won't do the rest for you. The rest is for you to be able to be a people person, right. And my mom will always say, in life it's not about being book smart. You have to be life smart. It's not just books. It's not just getting A's. So that's another thing too. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, too many parents are pushing their kids to be book smart and then not life smart.
Yep.
That's an unfortunate situation.
Correct.
Because once they get out of school, they're going to be punched in the mouth, and how they're going to deal with that.
It's not about GPA, man. It's not about GPA.
For sure.
You can have your 4.0 and still be unemployed.
Right. Right.
So,
yeah. Subhanallah. That's pretty amazing. So what did you study in? What did you get your bachelor's in?
I got my bachelor in manufacturing engineering.
Manufacturing engineering.
Technology. And now.
And what are you doing your master's in?
I'm doing a master in engineering plus a certificate in business administration.
Business admin. So what got you into that field? Like where did it all start?
Manufacturing?
Or just engineering in general?
Engineering,
manufacturing, business.
A little kid that just open stuff and opening it, picking inside. Try to make adjustment, when they used to buy me toys, I would try to make adjustment to make it more powerful.
A little bit customized.
Add more batteries, just cut some wires, connect it there, I used to create boats as a pastime. When I was very young, when 10, 11, I was creating boats. I would break my toy, get all those magnet, that would be my power for the boat.
Yeah.
And I would take I'll take cardboards, I'll cut them into a boat shape and take a tip, so that will make it water resistant. So it's so I just tip it and then get a thing and then make a little stuff and put the battery in there, connect the magnet, make some stuff like a turbine, and then connect it there and put it. So that was something I was I always do whenever I was younger. So whenever time came for university, I didn't even sweat it. When they told me what you want to do, I was like, I know what I want to do. I was I did not know what the name was, but I was
that's the one where I want to go.
Exactly. I want to do something with creating something that I can see a process of creating something, you know. So it was different stuff, I like IT. My parents wanted me to get in IT. I was I want to get in something I can create things. Physically. So manufacturing was hey, you mass produce, but hey, you still create something.
Right.
So I was manufacturing. So I didn't even sweat it. One else, I was okay, this is what I'm going to do. Done. I applied for it. I started from my undergrad, from freshman to senior. That's what I did. I never switched.
You never had an indecisive period.
Man, I'm doing this. That's it. Locked in, done. That's most of the time I do my decision.
What gives you the decisiveness? Because I've been through bachelor's as well. And it took me 2 years just to even decide on the major I wanted to get into. So what made you laser focused and decisive?
Most of the time when I take stuff, I'm always aware that maybe I might see something better or I might see something good. But just the fact that I've locked in on this, but we done, and that's it. Ride or die. That's it.
Okay, so then the mind comes in and says, maybe there's something better. How do you deal with that?
And I'm shut up. We already chose this.
Lay down.
I'm shut up. We already chose this. So
is it really that easy though?
It was not that easy. Yeah, when I was going through college, I was this I might be good in this.
Yeah.
And I'll take a class in programming. I'm this is awesome. Maybe I should do programming.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, man, we already choose manufacturing. We're going.
So decide to be locked in.
Yeah, basically, you always gonna get. You know, in life, no matter what you choose, you're always gonna get like that, like feeling of like, what if I did this? What if I went left? What if I went right? What if I went in the middle? You always gonna get that.
Yeah.
But you always have to keep in mind that this is what I chose and this. I mean, sometimes you have to. Obviously, if you chose something that's not good and then you say, like, hey, it's not too good for me, yeah, obviously switch.
Yeah.
But if it's something like, hey, you can do it, why not stick to it?
Right.
Because like you only know at the end if it was good or bad for you.
Right.
So you never know. These are like this major, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm like, I believe in myself of being like I can learn. I'm very teachable.
Right.
So like, if this doesn't work, I can always
take the same skills that you got from this journey and transfer
something else.
Right.
If manufacturing, I go into it, I'm like, yeah, maybe I wasted my time, but I'm like, I can always switch to something.
Yeah.
So I always like to like lock in and then go for it.
That's actually a huge lesson because for the longest time I've been like a very indecisive person, and I've seen.
You know, people go to the restaurant. I don't want to attack sisters, but it happens. Mostly to sisters. That's one thing I noticed. It happened to brothers as well.
Yeah.
People go to the restaurant. They take 40 minutes to just choose what they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
This beef. No. It's gonna be so many stuff.
Yeah.
Just choose it. At the end of the day, you're gonna. And then sometimes even whatever they did know, they were indecisive about.
At least now you know.
Exactly. And then sometimes they think they were indecisive about it. Somebody like, oh yeah, go this, and then they'll go for it. Like, oh yeah, I actually like this.
Yeah.
So
just be decisive.
Just decide,
Yeah.
commit,
Yeah.
jump into it.
Decide, commit, jump in. Decide, commit, jump in.
Straight.
Mashallah.
You don't know. You only know at the end what's gonna be. You can't know. You don't see the future.
Right.
As long as it's a good, you take all your variable, your pros and cons. Like, okay, I can do this and everything.
Yeah.
You jump in, commit, and then.
What does the future look like for Darack?
The future, it's very squiggly because what I'm doing is like, I'll be very honest,
Right.
very squiggly.
Yeah.
Me trying to pursue being an athlete and pursuing being at the same time pursue being professional.
Yeah.
It's very squiggly, but I've been working on it. I'm working on a plan of a plan of attack. How am I will I be able to balance my religion, which is come first.
Right.
Right now, sorry, mom and dad. My athlete career comes a little bit before my, education because I'm already done. I already have one semester, so maybe that's why. Because
you're pretty much in the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the finish line, so
Yeah.
I don't put much more effort. So I'm right now, much more. My effort is like much more like my athlete, career
Yeah.
because there's so much stuff I have to get done.
Yeah.
And
You're
then,
gonna get a whooping when you get home now.
Well,
so squiggly but bright.
Squiggly, but yeah, it looks like something. Yeah, if I'm able to pull this off, that would be very awesome.
Mashallah.
Inshallah. So
Inshallah.
I hope Allah put barakah in what I'm doing. And
Amen. Amen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you success at the highest
Ameen.
level.
Hey, Ameen.
So now we looked at the future.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of covered up to this point. And we realize you're in a great situation, mashallah, in terms of, just career-wise and where you're headed. I want to ask you two particular questions. The first one is, when you look back at your life, what was the most happiest time of your life? Like, when would you have the biggest pleasure? Like, well, I can see something's brewing. I can see something's brewing, so I know you have something good.
I didn't read this question. I was like,
what's the happiest time, like the most blissful time of your life, when you look back at your life and see all these things that are happening?
I would say middle school and high school.
Yeah, I can see the smiles from somewhere.
Middle school and high school.
Yeah,
you had no rent to pay. You had like homework was not that hard.
Yeah,
you don't have to think too much about life. You just want to play.
Right.
Those were, I think they were like, these are when I see any young kid, I'm like, hey,
enjoy that time.
Enjoy. Don't stress your life. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want to do. Enjoy. Maximize your time positively.
Mashallah.
Enjoy. So those were the time when I sit down. Not that my time are not happy. They're happy, but like this time around, it's like you're on your own.
You're starting to learn about yourself and open your mind.
You have to do so many stuff.
Yeah.
And mom and dad are not there to push you, or nobody's there. You are your own enemy. So by that time, everything's already structured. You wake up in the morning, they will shower you, they will dress you, they'll give you a lunchbox or whatever. You just go to school and play. You draw lines or whatever. I don't know. Whatever they'll make you. Sometimes they'll make you take naps.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. But now,
what's the one thing that stands out that was so amazing at that time?
Something that was so amazing. Changing countries.
At that particular time.
Yeah, because
so you like that a lot.
I like that a lot because it opened my mind.
Okay.
That was one thing.
Subhanallah.
So alhamdulillah, because you meet people that have grown up in they were born in the same city, they grew up in the same city, probably they will die in the same city.
Right.
So their mind is not open to like different stuff. So
exactly.
Me being able like to travel to different countries.
It kind of expanded your mind.
Expand my mind, being accepting about much more culture. And then make me really be able to adapt.
And approachable.
Approaching people and being like, being able to adapt. So that's one thing when I see my experience, and I'm like, I believe that thing have affected a lot of who I am right now. Because I'm like, I go, hey, you send me to China, I'm gonna blend in. You send me to Japan, you send me to Somalia, I'm gonna blend in. Maybe my skin, they'll be like, oh, this guy, but I'm gonna blend in terms of culture. I'm gonna respect their culture, try to do whatever, try to be open to learn about their culture.
Right, rather than saying this is my way.
Yeah, I know this is where I come from. We don't do this, my way or no way, So that's something really made me open my mind about about different culture, learn about different, being open to really like
It kind of facilitated your move to America.
Correct. When I came in, I was
just running in with the blending in.
Just blending. I always call myself like a chameleon. Chameleon. I just when you put me wherever, I just like adapt to it.
MashaAllah. That's amazing. It's great to hear the highlight of your life was that time. It's amazing. Kind of makes me think about mine a little bit. Taking a drastic shift. What's the most painful time of your life?
It's a painful time of my life. Obviously, coming to USA.
Really?
Leaving my family behind without knowing when I would see them. That was the toughest part. Because my parents, alhamdulillah, my parents were able to like sustain me for university.
Right.
But seeing the price of the flight back and everything, it was like flying back or paying school fee.
Right, and living too.
Exactly. So obviously we said to be able to go to school. So obviously the choice, you didn't think about it. So I believe that was really the hardest time. Really like leaving my parent, my siblings, friends, family, everybody, people I know. Without really knowing when I will come back, going to another adventure. Really, I knew that I would adapt. That would not be a problem.
It's just the distance and
the distance,
loneliness.
Loneliness. You hear sometimes you don't know who you confide. You just on your own. And I would say that was the hardest part of my life. Like,
what was the hardest moment within that hard part? Like, can you remember?
Leaving my,
that moment,
that like at the airport, you're like you are home. Like, I'm gonna go to US.
I'm the tough guy.
Yeah, I'm like I'm gonna go to school. I'm going to US. I'm going to go to college. You're excited. It doesn't hit you when you're at the airport, and then you are crossing that gate, and
then you see your mom start tearing up a little bit.
Your mom is staying at the other side of the gate, and then you're like going, and those TSA agents, that's all the time you're like. I think it really hits me when you're in that flight, like taking off, like that's it, that's done, man. Done. Like new adventure, new life, new beginning kind of thing. So it was pretty tough, but alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's in a good way, mashallah.
In a good way, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So there's This is probably like the second half that we're going to be headed towards wrapping up. But before we wrap up, there's a couple of things that we just want to dive into. Obviously, the biggest one is your passion for health and fitness. But before I get into that, there's one thing that I wanted to ask you. Let's look at just generally your accomplishments, mashallah. And I know that that's something that it's a little bit of touchy subject, you don't want to acknowledge and things like that. But without going into too much detail just on my part, you You're 25 years old, mashallah. I'm around the 30, so I'm like, I got 5 years old. Alhamdulillah. So just kind of seeing, you know, within your 25 years, mashallah, and we've spoken behind the camera on this, mashallah, you've accomplished some very, very amazing things. Just to name just a few of the things is, you know, the Winter Olympic athlete, you know, managing 2 different school and being selected director of your residency at the school, and kind of successfully managing that. You know, I could literally go on probably for a little while. Mashallah, I really want to acknowledge that. It's something that it's amazing, mashallah. Which one stands out to you out of all of the accomplishments that you've had? Like, we're talking about even breaking the world record for
diamond push-ups.
Diamond push-ups. Yeah. Diamond like this or diamond like, okay? Because I thought I saw you on Instagram.
I mean, that was just training for something else, but
diamond like this.
Yeah, that was one of the
world record.
Yeah.
Like right now, unofficially.
It's unofficial.
Process to be an official world Guinness Book World Records.
Inshallah, if it doesn't, you
gonna try again? Let's go. That's how it's gotta be, man. Yeah. So what's the most significant accomplishment to you? Like, which one out of all the things that we talked about, like which one stands out to you the most, that has the most meaning to you?
I would say the most meaningful is like creating. So I created a device which is called Eco Smart Can. Mm-hmm. So it's a copyrighted device. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's a device that will turn in normal trash can into small trash can. So I've noticed that, you know, a lot of you know, building don't, like, you know, whatever the maintenance goes to check for trash, they have to manually go to each trash to see the trash content.
Oh, yeah.
So I created a device that will read the trash level and stream it online, so that they, on their side, before they leave their office, they know what trash need attention.
Wow.
So they'll see, okay, trash, whatever, at the masjid, and trash, you know, by the Porsche, or trash by the field. Yeah. It's field. Is that
a better way of becoming more effective and efficient.
Exactly. So they reduce their human resources.
And you said it compresses the garbage too?
The one I'm working on now, because that was the one I'm talking about, the first prototype. The second prototype now
is the more advanced one or something separate?
Yeah, it's a more advanced one.
Okay.
With all this checking the trash level and everything, but that one will be able to compact the trash.
Yeah, because I know sometimes there's like a lot of bottles and whatever,
and
if it compacts, it leaves a lot more space. Talk about something that's good for the environment.
Exactly. So I've always been, you know, be really careful about environment, and something I'm very passionate about, to really like take care of environment. I'm like,
I didn't realize.
I mean, we don't know when the world will end, but we need to leave it better for the upcoming generation. So which is like a way for me to like give back to the generation. Like, can we create? You know, I'm always solution driven. See a problem, let's try to find a solution. So that was like one thing, like a big thing. Like I really like. I'm like, hey, I made this. It's possible. You know, I can do it. We can do it. Yeah. So that's I think that's one of the accomplishments that I'm really like happy about.
That's amazing, and I think entrepreneurs and investors that are watching, because this is primarily targeted towards them, as well as, you know, everybody else who can benefit. You know, one thing that I really, really love is being conscious environmentally. You know, just like you said, leaving the world better than you found it.
Correct.
Is that how the world is operating right now?
People are just like using stuff without thinking. They just think that, well, we are now in this very selfish world where people are just like, they don't care about like 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, because for them they will die, and then whatever, the rest coming, they should just figure it out.
Right.
But I'm always all about, you know, let's leave it better than what we found it.
The people who are watching right now, who are either unconscious about being conscious about the environment, or they're causing problems to the environment through their businesses and or investments. What is your message to them right now?
Is to my message right now is to like be able to be conscious, number one. Absolutely. Because you cannot change if you're not really conscious of what you're doing. Yeah. So be conscious of like the number of waste you create. Right. A lot of like, especially bottle of water, you see how people drink a lot from like those plastic bottles. Yeah. Those are like main big concern. Those plastic bottles, and then like plastic bag from groceries. You go to Walmart, like you get like 15 bags from
double
like
bag them and
triple bag them and
Yeah.
like go and then just like trash it and put in the trash. That's
Yeah.
like very bad for the environment because those are not biodegradable.
Yeah.
No, some of companies do it, but not a lot do it.
Right.
And so be very conscious about that. Either buy like get those like really standard bags,
Yeah.
and then whenever you go, if you leave in your car, whenever you go make groceries, you just put it in there and then like you empty it so you can reuse it many times. And another thing is like get your bottle of water. I mean, not this big, like you can see for brother Hussein. Like,
This thing felt like the heaviest thing until I picked up his. This thing's like a tank compared to like this little car.
so get your bottle of water that you can refill and reuse. Now we have like water station everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, at the university.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
university or at, like even at the mall and at the like supermarket.
Yeah.
So get something like that so you don't have to really buy water.
Mashallah.
Or like at the supermarket you can buy like those big giant gallons and like whenever you finish you go again and then you refill it.
Yeah.
So just get a system where you won't be like using something and then you have to throw. Basically you want to reduce your trash.
Right.
Basically that's the main thing. So try to think of reducing trash. It can be plastic bag, it can be water bottle, it can even be like your food consumption.
Right.
Try to maximize all your vegetables and everything you cook. Basically. So
Subhanallah.
please be conscious of that, and that's one of the goals, the future goals that I'm trying to do to really, especially our continent, because a lot of people are not educated about it.
Right.
So especially the continent of Africa.
You know, when I asked you that question, I was more thinking the viewers have a lot to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was listening, it kind of hit home for me, because the amount of water bottles that you see in my house is just ridiculous. The amount of trash bags, the regular bags that we get is ridiculous. And I'm thinking they need to learn, but that message was...
Yeah, everybody just go in your closet, in your kitchen. I'm sure everybody here behind this video have like that little closet in their kitchen where they keep all those their supermarket bags or grocery bags.
That's
go.
just the
It's
collectibles.
very giant, and a lot. Every time you go, you take, like you say, triple, double. They'll put their milk into double and don't do it. Just buy those regular bags and reuse it, because
figure out how to be more conscious about it.
Exactly, be conscious about it, because once you are not conscious about it, nobody can force you to do it.
Right.
So be conscious about it and then reduce that. And then like again, water bottle is very important. People buy a lot of those plastic water bottle. That's a lot of pollution. A lot of pollution. So try to get some type of refill system. Something you can just use, go refill, come back again, use, go refill. Just think about that.
I think that's what I was trying to do with this water bottle. Mm-hmm. But there's other family members who don't have that same mentality.
It's
so
education,
I gotta be able to do that. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala.
If me, I really have to use water bottle, the amount of water I drink, I'll be like probably like.
You'll kill half of the world.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. The last quarter of the mile.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe since it's one of your biggest passions, because when I asked you, what is your biggest passion, or what would you love to do? One of the things that you mentioned was health and fitness, and inspiring our Islamic youth to be able to become more healthy and fit.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics and healthy and fitness, they're one of the same, but they're separate at the same time. Which one came first for you?
Me, I would say health and fitness came first.
Okay.
Then when I was able to get there, then I like pushed the boundary. Being an athletic, meaning that you already have a good, decent health and fitness. I mean, you can start from the bottom and get to the athletic level.
Right.
But being an athlete is like you are now working for performance. You are training for performance.
Right.
Being fit is like you're good in a healthy body.
It doesn't matter if you run a mile in 12 minutes, but when it comes to athletics,
yeah, your time now. We are now checking the performance. So can you lift this? Can you run? It's no more. Yeah, that's now the game. That competitive mindset
taking it to the next level.
Exactly, and then like that competitive mindset kicks in.
Right.
But being at the fitness level, it doesn't necessarily have to be like competitive.
Yeah.
But just like you being in a healthy body where you're able to like really feel healthy. Take the stairs to the masjid, not like do sujood. You're like So basically, so yeah, that's what was the question again?
Health and fitness, and which one came first?
Fitness came first. Health and fitness came first. Yeah. Then whenever I was able to be at a decent level, I push it to being an athlete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So I think one thing that you mentioned was the mindset. Mindset. I think that's one of the things that we connected on is mindset, because we both have proactive mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how important is mindset?
Mindset is everything. The battle, I always tell people, the battle is not against that person on Facebook that said bad stuff about you. The battle is not against people that I hate. The battle is not against those people. The battle is always against yourself. When the alarm clock rings at 9 a.m. and you're supposed to wake up to be able to be at work at 10 a.m., do you snooze or do you
lose?
I mean, do you snooze or wake up basically?
Yeah.
Do you like sit on bed and try to continue your sleep time is like 10 more minutes?
Yeah.
Or do you wake up and then attack the day?
Yeah.
So it's always against yourself. Like mindset is everything. You become what you think.
How do you develop mindset?
How do you develop mindset? Doing what sucks.
It sounds simple enough, but very true.
Do what you are not comfortable with.
Yeah, it reminds me of a quote. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard,
your life will be
easy. So it's so focus on the hard stuff, not the unnecessarily hard stuff, but like the stuff that'll get you to.
Obviously,
yeah.
That homework you don't want to do,
do it.
Please go do it.
Yeah. That bill that you're procrastinating on,
please go pay it.
Let's hit him up a couple of times.
Exactly.
I have a couple. Let's
go ahead. Hit them.
The apology that you're delaying, hit that up.
That brother or sister that frustrated you and then whatever, call them, say sorry. Huh?
Yeah.
It won't hurt.
For me, the donuts and the candies that you've been eating, put that down.
Correct.
Okay.
You've been saying that you're gonna go work out every day. Say you procrastinate, please tomorrow or tonight, inshallah. Whatever time you watch it, even if it's 2 a.m. Go get a run going. Go run 1 mile or few miles or treadmill, please.
Something. Let's give them a couple of more, and then we'll wrap
it
up. Inshallah. The tardiness and the lateness that you're always engaged in, pick yourself up and get it going in time, inshallah.
For all those Africans that say, oh, African time, please, it's not about African time. Be on time.
I like how you pick it back on me and use it in a proper way. That's good. I like that. Now you go again and let me see if I can pick it back off you.
That pizza you're not supposed to eat, please don't eat it.
Okay. I think I already said the candy stuff. Let me see if I can come. Oh, when you want to binge eat and overeat, put the food down and don't do it. I think that's one of the things that you advise me on. Portion your meals, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala.
Portion your meal, very important. If you don't portion it, you're just gonna eat it. Today you're gonna eat a bunch, tomorrow you're gonna eat less, and there'll be a lot of inconsistency. So you wanna be consistent in life. You take commitment to start. It takes consistency to finish. So you wanna be consistent. So you brought a very good point. So you gotta portion your meal.
That's a good way to cap it off.
Yeah.
If you do what's easy,
your life will be hard.
Your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard,
your life will be easy.
I appreciate that.
Take that. So just if people want to really work on mental toughness, go do what sucks. Go do what's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you said, that apology I've been procrastinating, go make it happen.
Sure.
That workout you don't want to do it, go do it. That homework your teacher gave you, that's due next week, start doing it now. Don't wait until the night before and stress your life and start drinking 5 liters of or gallon of coffee to stay up to be able to get it done.
Yeah.
Start now.
Subhanallah.
Yep.
That's amazing. Man, there's so much to talk about, and I wish we could talk about it forever.
Yeah, inshallah, we can always do part 2, part 3, part 4,
sure.
part 5.
Maybe when I come to, hopefully to Tennessee, then we can connect, inshallah. Amazing stuff, mashallah. Jazakallahu khair. There's one last thing I want to talk about before I start asking you some closing questions, inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
I know when we talked and just kind of hung out the past day or two, you mentioned you wanted to impact the youth of our ummah and our ummah in general, particularly in health and fitness. True or false?
True.
Now you have a platform, you have your own platform, and we're connecting with my platform as of right now, connecting through my platform. For the individuals that are watching this video, that inshallah will watch this video many years from now,
yep.
What kind of message do you have for them in terms of health and fitness, how it relates to our deen, and what would you like for them to do?
All right.
That's a loaded question.
Like it's like I need to answer
Unpack it as however
exactly.
you like.
So inshallah. So your body, I always say your body is your only vessel that will carry you through this life.
Subhanallah.
Guess what? If you put junk into it, you get junk out. It's like they say, giggle, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So you have to know what you put in your body, and then at least also be mindful of how your body is. So if you really want to be a good Muslim, if you want to do great stuff, let's say you want to be a good motivational speaker, you want to be a good entrepreneur, you want to be a good teacher, everything that's involved, all these things you need to be physically ready for that, because you have to walk to places, you have to, you need to be healthy. If you're not healthy, you can't do anything. Go if you are sick, or maybe you have like some type of because you don't take care of your body, and your body like always fails on you. You won't be able to accomplish all these like dreams that you want to accomplish. So your body is very important. Deen is important, but for you to be able to practice your deen very well, your health and fitness need to be aligned. So it's something that goes together.
Hand in hand.
Exactly. It's just like, bread and butter or whatever. So it's like it goes together hand in hand. So you have to, for you to be able to practice your deen, or for all the people that are not Muslim, whatever that dream you have that you want to accomplish, you have to be healthy. Sorry about that, but you have to be healthy, because you're not healthy, you cannot do those things. You cannot give a talk, you cannot do that homework. You have to be healthy. So health need to be like top priority in your top things to do. So you have to really take care of what you're eating. And then for all those youth there, I am young, so I can eat whatever. I never gain weight.
Get them.
It's not about like, sometimes your body composition can be bad. You can be slim, don't lie to yourself, but your body percentage fat can be higher. So do not say like, because I'm slim, I am healthy. It doesn't work like that. So you
don't
have
take your health for
your body size, So you have to be aware of that. So don't be like, eat crap and I never gain weight. Maybe
it'll
now
catch up to you somehow.
To you. Maybe sometimes
develop I think one thing I learned from you is like, develop the habits early. Don't lose your discipline.
Exactly.
Because one thing will lead to the next, and then all of a sudden you're somewhere.
Some people want to wait when they are 30 years old, or when they are married, or whatever, they have kids to start like developing that discipline. My friend, doesn't just fall off the roof. You have to start early. Even if you are 19, 18, 17, 15, whatever your year, if you are already understanding what I'm talking about, start implementing, start taking action. So your health is important for you. So you need to be able to take care of it, and then like, don't give excuses, don't talk this, I'm young, I'm this, I'm that. It's like Brother Hussein said, to catch up to you anyway. And then even young kids have diabetes because they eat too much sugar. So you need to be aware of that. So you need to control the amount of sugar you take. Sugar is very important. Sugar and salt, especially in this country, in USA. So you need to be very aware of that. So I believe you've answered the question?
You answered.
Okay, if you have some questions, then
Alhamdulillah. So I think that concludes it. Now it's just the final part, just the last couple of questions, anywhere from 5 to 7 or so, inshallah. And then I'll be asking you how they can connect with you. So hopefully you'll have that ready for them, inshallah, to communicate.
All right.
So let's look at it like this. Let's talk about the most important lesson you've ever learned in your life. What is the most important lesson you've ever learned in your life so far?
The most important lesson I ever learned in my life. Whew.
That's a heavy one.
I've learned a lot, but let me try to be like the most important.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Just whichever one that you think is like the most one right now that you can think about.
Humble yourself.
Ooh. Talk to me.
Humble yourself. Don't think like, because you got 4.0 you better than anybody, or don't think that Darack broke their world record. I'm nobody, man. I'm gonna die. Just humble yourself. Damn. That's the most important. Do not have the big head thinking you are better than anybody.
Why?
Why? Because when you start thinking that you're better than somebody, that's when you start losing. Done.
Man. Yeah.
That's it. Humble yourself.
SubhanAllah.
You see you are fit, and then you see somebody that's overweight and start making fun of them. Pray for them that they should get to your level. or talk to them to be like, hey, brother or sister. Don't laugh to them and don't start carrying yourself like, oh, I am better. Look at me, I'm more muscular. Look at this person's overweight.
Right.
Once you start thinking you are better than anybody, that's when you start losing.
Start your downfall.
That's it.
That's important, man.
So that's my most important. Always keep tab with yourself to be humble. Don't let those little success, those little you lost 5 pounds. No. Today you ate healthy. Today you run 10 miles, whatever on the treadmill. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So stay humble.
Stay humble.
Stay humble. That's the most important.
That's powerful, mashallah. So when you look at life, you need you're going through the educational system and training and personal professional develop on your own. There's a lot of skills that's needed.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at all the different types of skills that are out there, which one do you think is one of the, if not the most important skill that you can have?
Teachable.
Teachable. You didn't even hesitate.
If you are teachable, you can learn anything.
Right.
So if you look at my life, you see that I've bounced. I've done almost. I've learned, and you can see I have like so much wide spectrum. People are like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Because I'm teachable. Like Bruce Lee say, be like water, my friend. Be teachable.
Yeah.
Don't again come back, connect to being humble.
Right.
Once you start thinking that
if you have ego, you're not teachable. So that's it.
Being teachable.
Right.
Number 1.
Right.
2, be patient.
Let's go.
That's a 2.
Yeah.
I'll see that those 2 things, because you don't get born. Sorry, people. You don't get born with that. I mean, you have talent, but you don't get born with skills.
Right.
Skills are being developed. Anything.
Right.
To be able to love is a skill.
Right.
To be able to see the truth is a skill. To be able to be on time is a skill.
Right.
To be able to be fit and healthy is a skill.
Yeah.
All these are skills.
Right.
So if you are teachable, there's nothing that can stop you.
Absolutely.
And if you are patient, because some things, not because you want to lose 10 pounds, that tomorrow you're going to drink a magic pill tonight, and tomorrow you're going to lose those 10 pounds.
Right.
Sorry about that, people. You're going to be patient with yourself. Change comes with time.
What's the most important lesson, skill that you have?
The most important skill I have, I think I'm teachable.
Same one?
Teachable, yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because
Exactly,
sometimes
yeah.
it could be different.
Yeah, I mean, it's teachable.
Yeah.
I can learn something from a kindergarten kids.
Right.
I'll be humble to listen to what they are saying.
Yeah.
I can learn from somebody older than me. I'm just like, hey, if a kindergarten kid catch me, sometimes I'm speaking, then I'll make a mistake.
Right.
And then somebody, a younger person, hey, you made it. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. Okay, I'll fix it. And then life goes on.
Yeah.
I don't like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in this life for a short time, so I don't want to have all this drama in my head. I don't care.
Subhanallah.
So,
that's amazing, man. I've really benefited a lot, mashallah. Jazakallah khair. Let's say this is the final time of your life. You've accomplished all the things that you wanted to accomplish, and this is the checkout moment. You're transitioning into the akhirah. Before you transition into the akhirah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking you back to the akhirah. Before that, let's say you only had 3 advice or nasiha that you can give to yourself, your loved ones, and the rest of our ummah, to me, that you feel like is the most important lessons that they could leave with, that you could leave us with. What would you say are your top 3 nasiha that you could leave the world with?
Sabr, which comes again. Patience.
Yeah.
Patient.
Be patient.
Be patient.
One.
Start early.
Okay.
Whatever it to be.
Right.
If you want to get married, start early.
Yeah.
You want to go to college, don't wait when you're like on your final senior 1 month before graduation from high school.
Right.
Start early.
You want to start a business.
Start early.
That's
Just
a
go
great
out and
approach.
attack it.
Let's go.
Go and attack it. So
Yeah.
start early.
Yeah.
You want to learn about your religion, your deen. Don't wait when you're like dying 40 years old to start like, oh, I'm going to start start 25, whatever, 20, whatever you
8 years old, 5 years old.
Start early.
Start early.
If your kid don't have try to make him start early.
Absolutely. Number 2.
That's number 2 or 3.
That's 2. The third one is left.
Oh, third one now. Okay, number 3. Number 3, I would say please. Like I have so much stuff. I'm like, yeah, this one's better. Oh, this one's better.
Yeah.
Number 3, I would say. Try to identify your purpose.
Okay.
Because I always think about like our life like a GPS.
Yeah.
If you don't know where you're going, you'll be forever lost.
Right.
Try to identify your purpose in this life.
What is?
And if you are Muslim, if you are Muslim, try to identify your purpose that will fit in your Muslim or your Deen values.
Right. What is your
purpose? I want to be a robber or something like that. I'm sorry.
What is your purpose in life?
My purpose, I would say, I think that my purpose is like to just impact the youth. I don't know. I just feel like that's my calling.
That's
like
where you're leaning towards.
That. I always pray that if that's not it, please may Allah remove me from this. But I believe that's one thing, to impact the youth, to impact the young generation that you can be, whatever. To impact people, especially people that don't have much.
Yeah. To
be like you can come from nothing and become something. So that's one, I think, my mission in this life is. So I always pray that, hey, I'm struggling, but Allah may this my story be a lesson for other people. Yeah. May it be like a proof that you can be whatever. Yeah. You want to go to NASA, you're a Muslim, hey, you can do it. Maybe somebody already did, who knows. You want to become a gold medalist for Olympics, you can do it. Yeah. So definitely I think that's one of my mission of in this life. So just to impact.
That's amazing, man. Before I ask you the last 2 questions, I want to acknowledge you, inshallah. And I acknowledge you not because of trying to make you bigger than what it is because I remember the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the people who are not thankful to human beings are not thankful to Allah. So I just want to say Jazakallahu khair for being just an amazing individual overall, mashallah. I mean, we've known each other 2 days and communicated online for a couple of times since you're coming here. Yeah. Now I feel like I've literally known you all of my life. So I acknowledge you for, going back to that lesson of, being so welcoming and just treating everybody like family. That's a huge lesson that I take. So I really appreciate you being a model in that for me to reflect on, mashallah. I appreciate for having the health and fitness. I check your Instagram every now and then. A model for health and fitness.
Thank you.
That's an amazing part, mashallah. I could probably go on forever, but I'm going to wrap it up with 2 more, inshallah. I appreciate you for not only being teachable, but a teacher as well. I think when we were at dinner last night, I picked up so much, and even right now, I really appreciate that. You didn't hold anything back.
Yeah, yesterday you were just quiet and listening, and I'm like,
That's actually what my cousin Liban, shout out to my cousin Liban, he actually noticed that. Yeah. He's like, how come you didn't say anything while we were talking? I'm like, sometimes you just have to, alaikum salam rahmatullah. And I was like, sometimes you just have to listen and observe, absorb and observe. Yeah. And that's what I was doing last night. And
listen more, talk less.
Yeah, and I was just taking in so much because sometimes you don't know if these opportunities come again,
Right.
So Jazakallahu khair for that. Really, really amazing, mashallah. I really, really appreciate that, man. And I'm so grateful for our connection.
I'm grateful as well. And I'm very happy that you're like, oh, maybe let me interview this guy. I was like, okay, let me try and say whatever. Yeah. So I always see myself as just a normal guy. So I'm like, let's just make it happen. So,
SubhanAllah. May Allah grant you success in this dunya and in the akhirah. As well as your parents, your family, your friends. Fi dunya wal akhirah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitate going to see your family so that you can come back even stronger than you are, even more stronger, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to have you have the happiness like you did when you were 12, 13 years old and even more. Fi dunya wal akhirah bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So jazakumullahu khair. Last two questions, inshallah, is how can people connect with you?
Want to connect with me? Darack Nanto, just like Barack, but it's a D-A-R-A-C-K.
Right.
Nanto, N-A-N-T-O. If you tap on Google, you'll see me. If you don't, you can just go on Instagram, Darack, and with my first name initial N, you see me there, or DarackNanto.com. If you go on DarackNanto.com, you see all my, resume, my whatever. It's still on building, but you go like mainly you see like everything I'm up to. Right. So if you see me follow me on Instagram, you see basically I try to keep it updated. But my website too is out there, DarackNanto.com, and there's my GoFundMe donation there. If you're like, hey, this bird looks like somebody who would like to fund. Because this sport is very expensive, so you might just.
That's actually what I was thinking right now. So anybody who's out there looking for somebody to sponsor to help facilitate their dream, this is the guy, and he has, mashallah, the means of making that an easy way to help. So definitely support and connect with him. Any opportunities that you might have in the future, this is the man, mashallah. Connect with him.
Well, I'm about to graduate too with a master in engineering. So if somebody's looking to hire too, please.
Yeah, a wife or a job, whichever one comes first.
Hey, inshallah.
Either one.
I'm taking it.
Mashallah. Jazakallah khair. So connect with him on that with any opportunities or questions, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Last question, most important question that I could ask you. What does Ridwanullah, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, mean to you, Darack Nanto?
To me, it means excellency.
Mm.
In Islam, a lot of people think that it's just about prayer, which is big part of it, part of the pillars of Islam. But if you're a student, or if you're like an athlete, or if you're like an entrepreneur and everything, you always want to like achieve the excellency level. Why is that? So you always want to achieve the excellency level. So the pleasure of Allah for me is
not yet. The Imam is in the office. The wudu is in the right here. Actually, you can go on over here. Sorry,
it's alright. So for me, it's like about excellency. So the excellency that for the pleasure of Allah. The pleasure of Allah is like to achieve excellency as a Muslim.
Absolutely.
So it means like whatever you do, try to be the best.
Absolutely.
Try to be the best.
And I think that's a huge meaning that it has for me as well.
Yeah. Try to be the best. Try to be just the best. If your job is just to make do you guys have chapati in your country?
Yeah.
If your job is just to make chapati, be the best chapati maker in the world.
For sure.
If you do fried rice, be the best fried rice person cook in the world.
Sure.
So what else? Just everything. If you're a student in your class, try to be the best.
Try to be the best. Darack Nanto.
Thank you very much.
Jazakallah khair. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it as well. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to express
my
little knowledge. So alhamdulillah. So don't be a stranger. If you want to hit me up with questions, I could get busy, but I'll try my best to get back to you.
Absolutely. Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, then I'll be wrapping up. Really appreciate it.
Alright, thank you very much, Maria.
Jazakallah khair. So just to kind of wrap it up, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, we're going to give a quick challenge. My challenge and Darack Nanto's challenge. My challenge is, as you can see, I'm chasing my dreams. Absolutely. He's not just chasing his dreams, he's crushing his dreams. I'm just chasing my dreams. I want you to figure out what your dream is, however many that is. Identify and pursue that. And if you could leave it on the comment below, I'd really appreciate it so we can know as well.
I'll come and read it.
Absolutely.
I'll keep you accountable. I'll keep you accountable.
It ain't a joke either. So you better. Inshallah. What is your challenge to them?
A good challenge is for people that are already like into fitness and are doing good.
Right.
Keep it up, alhamdulillah. Try to push yourself better. But people that are always been wishing and wanting to, be fit or start that fitness career or fitness journey. Yeah. I'll say tomorrow or whenever you watch it the next day, try to do something. If it's to do sit-ups in your room or to do 50 push-ups in your house, go run your 1 mile or 0.5 mile, go do it. So that will be my challenge, to be able to do something fitness after you watch this.
Inshallah, challenge accepted. I'm doing tomorrow. I'll commit to inshallah doing at least 10 push-ups and 10 sit-ups. How about that?
That's good.
All
start.
All right.
That's good.
Jazakallah khair. So Jazakumullah khair. The 2 challenges, leave it on the comments below.
Whatever you did, if you did a push-ups or whatever, just put it in the comment. Let's come and see what you did.
Let's get it. I really appreciate you, man, once again. Jazakallah khair. Especially to the audience as well, for those who are viewing. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to join the Ridwanullah family. And if you've liked this interview, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Please press the like button and leave your comments on the link below. And if you know somebody that could benefit from learning about so many amazing things about life that our brother Darack Nanto has shared, share this with them, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khair, Ridwanullah family, for tuning in to another episode of Ridwanullah TV, your source to completely maximize the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as every single area of your life in this dunya and in the akhirah, by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm your host and life maximizer with my brother Darack Nanto, checking out by saying, never ever give up on completely maximizing the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as every single area of your life in this dunya as well as in the akhirah, by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.